In the late 1800s and early 1900s, millions of Italian immigrants flooded New York City in search of a better life. But what they didn't know was that their arrival would be the spark that ignited one of the most infamous criminal empires in history, the American Mafia. These immigrants weren't just escaping poverty and political unrest in their homeland. They were entering a country that would eventually offer them the chance to not only survive, but to rule from the shadows. The road wasn't easy. These newcomers faced much more than the usual struggles of starting over in a foreign land. They were up against deep-seated social and economic inequalities. Discriminated against because of their heritage and pushed to the margins of society, many of them found themselves in a world where survival meant bending or outright breaking the rules. It was here, in these grim, forgotten corners of New York City, that the Five Families, the Gambino, Colombo, Genovese, Lucchese, and Bonanno families began to rise. What started as petty street crime, racketeering, gambling, and bootlegging soon escalated into something far larger. Over the next several decades, the Five Families expanded their reach beyond New York City's streets, building a network that stretched across the entire United States. These families weren't just controlling the criminal underworld, they were infiltrating every facet of American life. They dug their claws deep into businesses, unions, and even political systems, using bribery, corruption, and backdoor deals to further their power. In time, their influence was so vast that they didn't just control crime, they controlled the city itself. The mafia leaders were more than just criminals. They were ruthless businessmen and cunning political strategists. They knew how to navigate the complex web of American society, using power and influence to stay ahead of both the law and rival families. But as with any empire, power comes at a cost. The Five Families were constantly at war with each other. Their streets were battlegrounds for bloody wars, vicious power struggles, and betrayals that could destroy even the strongest alliances. Loyalty in the mafia world was something that could be bought or sold, and sometimes even brothers turned on each other in the pursuit of dominance. It was a world where death was never far away and the price of failure was always high. But it wasn't just about violence, it was about control. The mafia's reach extended far beyond New York City. They had their hands in nearly every major industry: construction, gambling, alcohol, labor unions, and even the political landscape. Their ability to infiltrate so many aspects of society meant that they weren't just criminal bosses, they were kingmakers. They could determine who would win an election, who would get a contract, and who would get arrested. Their influence in the corridors of power was so deep that they essentially ran the city. They were untouchable. As the families grew in strength, their methods became more brutal and their wars more vicious. Assassinations, betrayals, and double-crosses became common as they fought tooth and nail to maintain their grip on power. The mafia's operations became more sophisticated and their web of control more intricate. At the same time, the families began to split, fighting amongst themselves for control of territory, resources, and influence. Even the most powerful bosses couldn't escape the danger of the very empire they had built. But as much as the mafia's power ebbed and flowed, its impact on American history was undeniable. The Five Families changed the face of the nation, shaping everything from the construction of New York's skyline to the way politics and business were done. Their influence on American culture and society was so profound that their legacy continues to be felt even today. The stories of these families, of their rise, their betrayals, their wars, and their eventual fall down are some of the most talked about in criminal history. Their names are still whispered on the streets of New York and in dark alleys around the world. Even now, decades after their empire's fall, the American Mafia remains an enigma. Its power, its culture, and its story still fascinating people everywhere. It's a story of ambition, bloodshed, betrayal, and loyalty, a tale of men who created and destroyed an empire, one crime at a time. If you're intrigued by the untold stories of these legendary figures, the blood feuds, the endless power struggles, and the rise and fall of an empire that forever altered the face of America, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Like this video and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support is what helps us bring more of these incredible stories to light. Stay tuned, there's a lot more to come.